the next module, we're going to learn about the HDL IP gateway. The model number is HDL MBUS01 IP.431. The following lesson also applies to the HDL wireless mesh gateway because the settings are very similar. Every HDL project has an IP gateway which connects the Ethernet and the IP world to the HDL Bus Pro. When you connect to your system, you need to set this up. We have already covered this in another topic of setting your IP. This module is about setting up the remote access for the project. We assume that we have already successfully connected the project and that we can have the devices on the screen. Double-click on the IP gateway. Here we can change the IP gateway settings, for example, DHCP, yes or no, static IP, default router IP, and other settings. Here we have the connection preferences. The type gives you different modes of operation. Local network is the default type. This means no remote access is there. Next we have P2P. This option allows you to connect two HDL systems over a WAN like the internet. This requires that you have static IP and port 6000 forwarded on both your layer 2 routers. This means you have a system over the internet or a WAN. The remote server option is the most common option for remote access. You can use this on any of your HDL projects to get remote access to program the system remotely and to use the apps when you are away from the property. To set this up, select a group name and a project name. Group name could be your company name. I will call it NIC Installations and then give the project name. For example, 30 St. James Street. User can be admin and password should be 8 characters. For example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I suggest you select something more secure. In the preferred server section, you should use the HDL remote access server. The address is 115.29.251.24. The port should be 9999. It's not necessary to set the second server, but if you have another server as a backup, you can. Click on the Save button. Copy the information to somewhere convenient. For example, Notepad. Save this in a useful place. This Zone Enable is an option to broadcast the time from the internet. Make sure you select your time zone. But if you already have the logic module broadcasting the time and the date, you do not need this. You should only have one source of time and date. Now I will show you how to log in remotely. We will close and delete the devices and shut down the software. I will now disable the Ethernet, which means we no longer have a connection to our HDL devices. Making sure that the HDL system is on the internet, I will enable the Wi-Fi on this computer. We now have a connection. Launch the HDL software. Double-click on your project. Note that at the bottom, the current select IP is different. If we press search, nothing comes up. Go to the option, select remote access, select default servers, and as you can see, the HDL server is shown. Type in your group name. Remember, NIC installations. Press search. The project will automatically show. Type in the password and press connect. Now you are connected. You can verify that because it says the current IP is the HDL server IP 115.29.251.24. So let's go to advanced search and type subnet ID 40. Now advanced search, and the devices in our project come up. Note we are connected over the internet now and not connected directly. You can now sit in your office or in your home and perform some programming of your customer's project without being at site. There are some other options in the IP gateway. The last option is URL. If you have the HDL server running in a different location without a static IP but with a URL, it's possible to use the URL option. This is only used in some cases, so typically use the remote server as shown. Hopefully that has given you an enlightenment on how to set up remote access. If you have any further questions, please ask your HDL technical support contact. Thank you very much.